This is Austin St. John, Jason, the original Red Ranger. You are watching the Morphin Network.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome to a very special episode of the Jim Cornette Experience. I'm your host, Jim Cornette, and yes, I've invaded this schluck of a podcast. This podcast there's going to be some restoration. There's going to be some prestige brought back into the world of professional wrestling. I mean Power Rangers, okay? And first, I want to say this episode was spot on, magnifico. People, please leave celebrities alone. I understand they're celebrities. You like them, you love them, you want to kiss them, you want to get the autographs. But let me tell you something right now, okay? If you see your favorite celebrity or singer or whatever shopping in a Whole Foods, a Walmart, even a Dollar Tree, because sometimes they don't want to pay $1 million for a bar of soap, you leave them be. You leave them be. And Vince Russo, you scumbag, you bum, if I see you, you already know what it's going to be like. My wife already knows what to do in case I am unable to walk on my own. She already has it. I'm going to make your whole life miserable, Vince Russo. Oh God, I've been waiting to do something wrestling related on here for so long. You have no idea. What's up, everyone? This is Leo, aka Psycho Fox, and welcome to a new episode of Ranger Podcast Live. I'm your host Leo, aka Psycho Fox, and rock with me today is my boy Quasar Red. What's up, Quasar? How you doing? Hey. That's good. Awesome. And yep, there you go. My name's back on. There you go. And tonight's episode. What's up?
The government can't track you.
Yeah, obviously. Anyways, and today's episode, Power Rangers Beast Morphers, episode 17, Ranger Reveal. This episode, very, very good. I honestly, Ryan and I were talking about this before you came on, Ken, because he went to go pick up his mom, and he agreed with you too. This is the first Power Rangers episode, where the celebrity is not about like, yeah, look at me, I'm a star, yes, honey boo boo child. No, this one's like, okay, yo, I love y'all, but I need some space. Please give me some space. No pictures. I just want to chill out for a minute, please.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yes, and it's like the first time. Actually, it's not as big of a deal, but it's also the first time we get a humble celebrity that isn't stereotypical. You know, like the woman. What was her name again?
In Dino Thunder?
No, not Dino Thunder. The woman in today's episode.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Well, usually when Power Rangers has these kind of stories, they have that's very blurry. They have very stuck-up supermodel-like characters. This woman was really cool, and don't want to show that. Sorry. Don't know what happened there. Sorry. You know, this woman from Dino Thunder, who, by the way, was a very miserable person. You know, and then there was also this other woman from the same season, and even weirdly enough, Dana kind of fell victim to this.
Don't get me started with Dana, because it led to probably arguably, in my opinion, the dumbest episode of Power Rangers outside the pizza episode, which is still one of the greatest episodes of all. It's the dumbest, but still one of the greatest episodes of Power Rangers of all time. Because I'm trying to say with a straight face, the Power Rangers get trapped in a pizza. Okay, I can say it.
It's a brilliant pizza.
The Power Rangers get trapped in a pizza. A giant pizza. Oh, as an adult, that is so hard that is so hard to say with a straight face. Real talk. What'd you think about this episode, real quick, before we start summarizing? Go ahead.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it too. Like, I don't think there was any corny moments. I thought it had a nice tone. It didn't feel like anything was like, you know, it didn't feel like anything was a stretch. No tuba, no airbending.
No Tubatron.
The villain Vargo, we got to see him fight. And by the way,
And he doesn't die at the end.
Wait. Yeah, he doesn't die at the end, and
Exactly.
he also is proven to be a little more formidable than some other people I should mention. Blaze and Roxy. Anyway, overall, good episode, and it's not technically all fixed. It's not technically. This is the closest thing we'll get to a cliffhanger this season. Actually, no. There's another one. Can't spoil it. But this is the first one we get close to. It's
Right.
not just episode fixed, solved at the end. So anyway, what did you think?
I think this episode was this episode was actually really good. I find it funny that 2 episodes ago, I did not like the episode. Real talk, I honestly didn't like the episode with Devin, because I think honestly the way that should have went, it honestly should have been a 2-parter. And this is where I bring out my inner Jim Cornette real quick. If I booked that episode of Power Rangers where Devin becomes a little more corrupt using the Fury Cell and using the Cheetah Battleizer, it would have been a 2-parter. And he would have left the Power Rangers for part 1, that came back in part 2 and stuff like that. You've learned the error of his ways, meaning, he had to decide whether he wanted another Fury Cell or save his friends or something like that. That's how I would have booked that episode. Last week's episode was very good. This week's episode, very, very good. And I again, Hasbro, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. That's all I have to say about that. So y'all remember Zoe's mama, right? For episode 2, when was it episode 2 or episode 3? Which was the episode where Zoe legit solved the entire economic problem with Coral Harbor?
The Forest, yeah.
Okay.
And it was also introduced in the very first episode, but we didn't know her connection until a few episodes later. Zoe's mama, she's getting ready to interview a famous celebrity named Nikki Reeves, I think.
I low-key thought you were going to say Keanu Reeves. So Nikki Reeves, no relation to Keanu Reeves. A big celebrity in Coral Harbor. And obviously everyone's trying to get at her, being like, yo, I want your autograph, do a short interview, yada, yada, yada. Betty pulls her own IRL Twitch stream up and proceeds to get her and Ben thrown into a truck. A moving truck.
And of course they can't just simply say, hey, can you let us off? They're just like, we're getting pulled away.
Hey, don't bring logic to this. Don't bring logic to this. You and Ryan give me crap for bringing logic to the Power Rangers. Don't bring logic into this.
Some moments we can, some moments we can't. Anyway.
Oh no, we'll still bring up the logic behind Joey Tribbiani from Friends being able to beat a tuba monster. But we'll talk about that later. Zoe's mama is like, yeah, I'm going to interview her today. And she's like, really? Is it like, yeah, I can try to get you behind the scenes to get her autograph and all that stuff. And then she found out that Nikki Reeves, no relation to Keanu Reeves, had to cancel her interview because something came up. Everyone's like, oh, that's sad. I find it funny I find it very funny that when Zoe's mama tells him that, you hear "aw," and then you just see people go by on the very way, like, okay.
Yes. Oh, by the way, we were right. It is Nikki Reeves. That's the celebrity's actress. Still
no relation to Keanu Reeves.
Right.
Volgor. I said Volgor or Valdo from Soul Calibur. I'm sorry. Vargoyle shows up. Voldemort, seriously. Vorgoyle shows up and attacks the civilians, and the Rangers are about to morph. But unbeknownst to them, the camera that Zoe's mama's cameraman was holding is still rolling. So they were able to catch the Rangers the camera was able to catch the Rangers morphing. No one saw it, but the camera did. But the camera did catch it. They fought Vorgoyle, and Vorgoyle proceeded to massacre them. Not literally, but okay. I'm just gonna say it, and we can get demonetized, and Ryan can chew me out later. Vorgoyle whooped the Rangers' ass. Okay, yeah. He beat their ass legit. Like, I don't think we have not seen that level of an ass beating in Power Rangers in quite a while. Not even Ninja Steel, because Ninja Steel had its moments, especially with Odious and Vrax and Ripcon, but they were very hit and miss, and obviously two of your best villains got killed after a specific amount of episodes. There's no way anyone could defend them. Just saying. But Vorgoyle beat. Go ahead.
Sorry, Dino Charge. There was one of their earliest episodes was they got their butts kicked, but it was just simply.
I know which villain you're talking about, because I remember watching a preview to it. I'm like, oh, there's stakes in this. But if I seen Ninja Steel, I probably would have seen. I probably seen what happens in Dino Charge. So, yeah.
Like flip.
So after getting beat up, Vorgoyle's new thing, his attachment, the device that has all the Morphex that's linked in with the Power Rangers Beast DNA, it runs out. But he manages to escape. He doesn't get killed. Thank God. Finally, a henchman that actually doesn't suck.
Yes.
And is competent.
Mm-hmm.
So as they get away, Zoe's mama's cameraman's like, "Hey, that's our camera." Oh snap! It was rolling the whole time. Oh no, because they hit the camera. Okay, maybe I can fix the memory stick. I'll let you. Maybe if I can fix it, we can get on 6 o'clock news. And Zoe's mom was like, "I love you. I don't know if I have a husband or not, but if I don't have a husband, I love you." So then Vorgoyle goes back and he's like, all right, so it worked. I beat them up, but we ran out of Morphex, so we're going to need to get some more. Evok's like, oh, yo, dude, don't sweat it. You actually beat up the Rangers. Something that these idiots, they're not even here. Something that two local idiots of mine can't do. So, and then Blaze and Roxy are like, well, sire, he ran away from the battlefield, but it's okay. Because now we have the plans to make the ultimate weapon to defeat the Rangers. It's called Metal Gear. Vorgoyle's like, it's funny. It just so happens that I have blueprints of Metal Gear of my own. They're not really making Metal Gear, people. I got the device right here. I have a blueprint on how to make it. It's like, wait a minute. How did you get it? Scrozzle?
Well, I wasn't. I mean,
I love how Vorgoyle just pushed it out the way. It's like, no. Yeah, he gave it to me. And he made not only did he give me the blueprints, he created the device himself so I could put it up. And he's like, you traitor! You fool! And Evox was like, okay, real talk, you two suck at what you do. And even when I say Roxy, even when I told you that you should purposely give the Fury Cell to the Red Ranger, you still manage to screw that up.
Exactly. Also, remember this device Vorgoyle has, and remember the fact that Blaze and Roxy originally thought it up, because it plays into something I mentioned last year when you guys were reviewing Ninja Steel. But anyway,
Zoe's mom was like, hey, look, I got something really big. I got something bigger than Nikki Reeves, no relation to Keanu Reeves. Okay, I have footage of the Power Rangers morphing, and I'm gonna expose it to the world on 6 o'clock Action News. And Zoe's like, whoa, mom, hold up, wait. Don't you think that's a little bad? I mean, I was like, well, the Rangers would love this. Like, they're celebrities here at Coral Harbor. But mom, like, wouldn't that then they wouldn't be able to do their jobs? Like, that wouldn't be cool, mom. right? And it's like, okay, baby, look, we'll talk about this later. I gotta get things ready, right? Because like actually, Nikki Reeves is still coming. No relation to Keanu Reeves is still coming. I actually got to interview her. And I'm over here like, Zoe makes a really valid point. She missed one thing though, Mama.
What?
If the world finds out about the Power Rangers, we're all screwed because what do the Power Rangers have people that they love, and then they get murdered?
Mm-hmm.
Case in point. Spider-Man revealed himself in the Marvel Civil War, not Captain America Civil War, Marvel Civil War, the comic book that Captain America Civil War is loosely based off of. It led to Aunt May damn near dying and a few other things I won't go into because Dan Slott is not a good writer all that much, and I'll leave it at that. He some things he's good at writing about, others not so much, but that's a different story. So now she's telling the Rangers, like, hey, look, my mom might know who we are, and she might expose us unbeknownst to her that we are Power Rangers. We need to find a way to make sure the Action News does not get a hold of that footage. And then that's where they run into Nikki Reeves, no relation to Keanu Reeves. Kent, you can take it from here.
Nikki Reeves, no relation to Keanu Reeves. Dang. Nikki Reeves. So he was like, hanging out at the youth center. They were, the team normally hangs out at
the gym.
And Ben and Betty accidentally, reveal to the whole place it's her, and like they start crowding and just saying, "Hey, can we get an autograph? Can we get an autograph?" And then, the Rangers decide that they're gonna, help her get away from them, and they manage to, trick them, or they managed to, get Nikki out of the building, and they even called in a Grid Battle Force vehicle to,
Oh, that was funny. That was so funny because I'm like, oh, they have Grid Battle Force on speed dial. I'm who made the call though?
We can probably assume one of them made the call off screen.
Steel.
Steel, probably.
He's an AI, so.
Would she be able to put 2 and 2? I'm bringing logic again, but wouldn't she, Grid Battle Force and
no,
they're gonna ride?
No.
Anyway, so she says, "Thank you, I owe you one." And then, they're like, "What are we gonna do?" And then, your favorite part came up.
Oh yeah, my favorite part. Steel. Oh, I know. It was Steel was like, "Gee, this makes me never want to become a celebrity. Even like this makes me not want to make my own cookie show, even if you give me the ability to eat." And Nate's like, "Steel, I was never going to give you the ability to eat. We'll talk about that later."
It was kind of like that. It was kind of like that scene in the Teen Titans versus the Justice League movie where like Cyborg's eating some pizza and Batman's like, "Where does that go?" You don't want to know. And so
just Steel, my heart belongs to you, boy. My heart belongs to Steel. Okay, Steel's the best Ranger in God knows how long. Just say he's the best Ranger that we've had in God knows how long.
Actually, your favorite part that I was also mentioning, Commander Shell calls and tells them that a new monster is being launched in Charlie Deco Niner Alpha. And so, the Rangers, they go off to handle the monster while Nate and Steve get thrown. And, they morph, put up a pretty good fight, and it looked like it was really well edited. It looked like there was some bit of Go Buster footage within there.
There was, I can tell.
Yeah, but it was, nicely edited. It looked like it fit pretty well together. Also, this monster is called Shakatron, by the way. Here's another little newsflash. There was also a monster in Lightspeed named that. So, anyway.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember? No?
No, I don't. I don't really remember a lot of there are only a handful of monsters I remember from Power Rangers because they're actually very memorable. Like, what do you call... Huh?
Pudgy Pig?
No, I'm talking about the rapping pumpkin. Hip hop pumpkin. No.
Let's not get me started on that episode.
The pizza monster. The bee monster from In Space who was in Mighty Morphin but then became a good guy and then fought the wasp monster, and Cassie legit had the "I'm going to murder you" look when he sacrificed himself to save a child, but she had the resting witch face. She's like, "You're going to die now."
Yes. That was pretty intense. But anyway, Shakatron, he attacked. So, the monster, while this is all going on, Vargoyle sneaks to the top of the TV station, and he's like, "Ooh, with the Rangers busy, they won't be able to notice I'm planting this device." And then Dorothy was like, "Why don't you just spell it out for them?"
Well, in fairness, in defense of what Vargoyle said, they didn't notice. Even when Steel was airborne fighting the Robotron, oh, not the Robotron, the Gigadrone, no one noticed Vargoyle on there. So you know what? I gotta give him credit, despite him spelling it out for the audience and people who are in the peanut gallery that do not understand that Vargoyle is a villain. He's evil and he's doing evil things by planting an evil device on a tower that shows television. You really legit just try to finesse yourself out of me talking about this. We're gonna talk about this right now.
Right.
Hasbro, or no, it's more like Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon, I understand that you want to be a little more military-ish when it comes to Grid Battle Force, and that the Power Rangers are funded by an organization. But for the love of God and everything that is sacred, give the Rangers street names. Okay? Stop with the Foxtrot Niner 3? Are you freaking kidding me? Nickelodeon Studios is out in Burbank. Somewhere in LA. That's where most of Nickelodeon Studios are and everything like that. So you mean to tell me that none of y'all was like, okay, we should probably name some of these streets? Like, I don't even care if you just name them on like 1st Street, 2nd Street, 3rd Street, 4th Street, 5th Street, 100th Street, 1000th Street. I don't even care if you did that. As long as you have street names. You don't need to spell it. We get it. You're a military-operated, funded organization in Beast Morphers. I'm not talking about Nickelodeon being all funded by the government. But we're talking about an organization of Power Rangers and a military funded by the government. You mean to tell me none of these people that work for this funded government-funded organization does not memorize the names of their streets? Seriously? Why?
Let's just say Grid Battle Force is like a new branch of
No. Ken, you can't defend this. I understand new regime with Hasbro, but if Nickelodeon is still in charge, I understand Hasbro put a lot of money and a lot of time into this show. There has to be some accountability for Nickelodeon, because Nickelodeon is in California. You mean to tell me none of you fools couldn't just give us street names? This is why I can never be a Power Ranger. Because if Commander Shaw was my commander saying this, I would have gotten my morpher taken away, because I'm in like Rangers. There's a Robotron's been spotted in sector Foxtron 903. This is me. Commander, look, I've been living here for like 20. I was born and raised here for 25 years. Real talk, I don't know not one damn street named Foxtrot 903. Now, if you're talking about like First and Normandy, or Melrose and Fairfax, or Pico Boulevard and Western, or Figueroa Street near downtown LA, what? No, I'm making a point, sir.
Shakatron, the giant, the Gigadrone, he has the ability to absorb the Ranger's attacks and send it back at him, which both monsters did. That was cool. Kind of similar to the Impersonator in Zeo. Devin goes off to help Nate and Steel, while Zoe and Ravi finish off the ground monster. And they manage to, and Vargoyle manages to plant the device, and they head back to the TV station to figure out what to do. And Nikki Reeves is getting ready to do her interview, and
No
Zoe,
relations.
Yes, no relations. And Zoe is like Muriel, that's Zoe's mom's name, Muriel, she manages to talk, like she says, I can't do the interview, I'm about to do my big story. And so Zoe says she'll do it. And like he goes, and she's like, ooh, my daughter's been watching me for a long time. And this manager is just like, okay, she can go on. And so Zoe gives the interview for Nikki Reeves, and she's just like, so you, what's it like to be a celebrity? And she's like, well, I love my fans, but sometimes it's hard to just, go out and do stuff, and I just want to make movies, but it's like hard to, just step out for a bit. Like, that's the reason why I had to cancel my interview earlier and all that. And Muriel sees all this, and, when she gets ready to do her report, she's like, well, I was going to reveal the Rangers' identities, but
Yeet!
they won't be able to do their job if they're busy being, hounded by all of us. So she rips up the device, and, this actually got the news station very good reviews, so, that was a plus.
This is real talk. This is how Miriam's boss should have been. Miriam, what did I tell you? I want pictures of the Power Rangers, damn it. I want pictures of them now, okay? Matter of fact, freelancers, cash money for a picture of the Power Rangers. If they want to be famous, I'll make them infamous.
It's funny, Leonard? There was actually an episode in Time Force where there was a guy who looked like... He was just like, I want to find out who the Rangers are now. Then we cut to the villains, and they're revealing their master plan. That we'll get to next week, and the episode.
We missed one part, and I actually want to talk about it. Was when they split up to fight the robots and stuff. I think this is really cool. When Zoe and Robbie were fighting the Shakatron, or whatever the heck he's called, did you like the ending on how they beat the monster?
Oh yeah, it was cool. The attack where they sliced.
Yeah,
yeah, that was cool.
You don't get that a lot. You really don't, and I really appreciate that.
Actually, I think the last time we got something that brutal, Leonard, here, I'm going to say, the last time we got something that brutal was at the end of Super Mega Force when the Rangers, wedged their cannon into Mavro's stomach, basically just...
I'm just going to do this.
Oh, no. So the episode ends, and overall, so good episode. What would you rank it, actually? You go first.
Okay, real quick, likes and dislikes. I'm gonna go with my dislikes real quick. Again, please give us. Can we just get street names? Okay, we need street names. I need Steel. Look, all this would be fine if Steel would be if they're like Rangers, monsters. The Robotron's been spotted in Sector Echo, Bravo, Delta, Zeta. And I want Steel to be like, do you mean Bravo? Do you mean second and 6th Street? Commander Shaw, because I've been down there multiple times. It has a street name. You can call it by its street name.
They should at least make a joke about that next year.
Right. That's my first one. My second one, it's not too much of it's not a big deal. But I think the fact that they decided Zoe is going to interview this lady, Nikki Reeves, no relation to Keanu Reeves, and no one knows if Zoe has any form of experience interviewing celebrities. Yes, she was able to fix the entire city's economy in one episode. But we don't know how far it goes when it comes to her interviewing people. Number 2. Number 3, I kind of wish there was a clearer moment that I think they were trying to do is they were trying to make this more about Nate and Zoe, because you could clearly tell that they're big fans of Nikki Reeves, no relation to Keanu Reeves. So yes, I'm saying it with a straight face. I learned how to do it. So I thought this would have been a great episode for them to pick up more on the relationships between those two. Those are my big three issues.
They did reference, that she was from that Hydro Worm movies series, and she says her latest one was the best. So
yeah, and no one picked up on it, but those are my big three. But those are my only three. Now, on the brighter note, Vargirl is not stupid. The moment he ran out of his juice, he left. Number one. Number two, this episode is probably the best episode of Power Rangers that's tackled the issues of celebrities not getting their alone time. And it's dealing with it because a lot of people don't realize this. And we have met, and we here at Morphin Network can vouch for this. There are celebrities that we have met, that we have known, that we know of, who, yes, they love their fans, but they also want some alone time for themselves because they've been out on the road, they've been doing tours, all that stuff, and they never get the chance to get that relaxation time. So this episode tackles this very, very well. Better than Lightspeed Rescue with the whole Dana thing, and we're not going to talk about that again. Better than with Dino Thunder with Kira. But I think you try to make a similar comparison between that and Kira and her friend. The thing with that is that Kira decided to stay in school. There's a difference. Her best friend didn't want to stay in school. She wanted to become a big celebrity and stuff like that. So there's a big difference between that. So they tackled it in a different round. Hold up and give me a second. This dude is coming in. But overall, though, oh Jesus!
Hello, guys.
What's up?
Right?
My thing's glitching out.
Yeah.
So, but going back to what I was saying, I think this episode tackled it very well. This episode actually did a very good job with fusing original footage, original like American shot footage with the Sentai footage, because you can tell during the fight with Shakatron, it looked like it was, you could see both Sentai and American footage, and I really enjoyed.
All right, can I give a review before I leave?
Okay, go ahead, real quick. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. Okay, go ahead.
I give it a 10 out of 10 because, one, it was well written. Again, this is my second time rewatching this. So my original thing was a 9.5, and then now rewatching it's a 10 because it's well written. And also, I like in the ending, it was not like, oh, happy. It was actually tense. I thought it was going to be revealed. It's like, oh, shoot, they're actually going to reveal the identities. And also, what I like about Beast Morphers is like the supporting characters get to shine. I noticed that each episode. This is what I like about the writing. So props to Judlin. And also, it's a good lesson to people out there, like these actors. They have social lives too. That's why it's a good tribute episode for these actors who cannot have social life because of their fame. Yeah. All right, guys.
All right, go ahead. Oh, no, go ahead. Get out. No, get out. But wait, get out. We don't need. We're back. This is our show, baby. It's our show now, baby. Anyways, but no, Ryan actually. But on the real though, Ryan did tackle something that I was just about to say. The fact that this is on a cliffhanger, and this is probably this is like the one episode where the cliffhanger is like, oh, it's gonna get real. Because don't get me wrong, every cliffhanger of Beast Morphers was building to something, and it did it justice. Like with Steel was supposed to be the new vessel for Evox, and then obviously that ain't happened, which is, it's okay. This one is like, okay, we don't know what their plan is. We don't know what Evox's plan is. Whether he's gonna probably do a better job controlling people better than Madame Odious's BS freaking rip off of Batman Forever's plot of brainwashing people. Yeah, yes, I compared the overall plot to Madame Odious's taking over the world to Batman Forever. Yes, I did. But we don't know what's going to happen. And I think that's the good part about the show, about this episode. We don't know what the hell they're about to do. And I like that.
It has something to do with, well, I can't really say what it does kind of have an interesting thing with this whole. Let's just say this: next week's episode. Remember how previous seasons forgot who the Power Rangers were? Remember that.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
I give this episode. It's really hard to say. I give this.
If you give that 10 out of 10, I swear to God.
10 out of 10.
This is number 4, people. This is the 4th episode of Beast Morphers. This is the 4th.
Yeah.
This is the 4th episode of Beast Morphers. He's giving a 10 out of 10 for.
This is my 3rd, actually.
My bad. This is the 3rd episode, people, that he's giving a 10 out of 10 to. Holy crap.
I know, but I think next week's is the perfect episode.
I hope you're right.
Later. Yeah, it had real, like I said, good writing, and yeah, and like there weren't any moments that were just, it was, it felt real. It was just, real, very well handled, well written, good action, likable, guest stars and all that. So yeah, I give it a 10 out of 10, and I'm really glad we don't have something. One of the previous seasons had issues with Dino Charge. Each episode...
Steel.
No. Dino Charge roughly had every episode end with, them at the museum. They're like, ooh, happy ending, and then...
Ninja Steel did the exact same thing. There were only a few episodes.
That were cliffhangers in Ninja Steel.
Yeah, two big ones that people actually cared about. When Brody got the Battleizer... And the finale, and the season finale. That's about it. And the series finale. That's it. No, there was no other cliffhangers. Like, oh my god, I gotta watch this new episode.
That was more than Dino Charge. Anyway, so
okay.
Yes. So looking forward to next week. Good episode overall. Can't wait to see what happens next. So.
I wonder if people. I still honestly wonder if people are like, man, you guys are giving 8s and 9s and 10s and a couple of 7s, but like, is this really the best season of Power Rangers? Yes, it is. In quite a while, I've only had to give one 5 out of 10 to this episode to this show. One, and that was and I'm not giving anything lower than a 5. Okay, the episode with Devin and the Fury Cell was the only 5 out of 10 I have given Beast Morphers. Every other episode and 1-6, 1-5, 1-6, a boatload of 8s, a boatload of 9s, and like a couple of 10s. Okay, like this. Yes, this season of Power Rangers is very good. And if you are thinking, and once again, for the people who have not checked out Beast Morphers because they are really skeptical about it since Ninja Steel left a bad taste in everyone's mouth and stuff like that. This is a breath of fresh air. Again, when it comes to Ninja Steel, I'm talking about the writing and the plot, not the actors. We love the actors. We've met them. They're great, amazing people. We're talking about the writing. Just like with Megaforce, just like with Dino Charge. We're not talking about the actors. We're talking about the writing and the plot. That's it. We have no beef with the actors and the actresses because we damn near met them all and we love them and they love and we're cool with them. So yeah, Beast Morphers is a great show.
Yes, it's good, and at least I would say it's a step in the right direction. But I'll save that for when we do the season overall review.
Comment time. So YouTube, what is up? You were probably watching this recording of our review of episode 17 of Power Rangers Beast Morphers. Thank you guys very much for watching. And if you haven't yet, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Hit the like button on this video. Hit it again. Hit it a third time. Triple like. And be sure to hit the bell icon on our YouTube page because YouTube's algorithm is worse than the Bitcoin stock market crash. Just saying. So with all that being said, if you like this episode, be sure to hit us up in the comment section below as well. So let's read a couple of these comments. We don't have 2 minutes, so we can just head up out of here. Monte. Hi. Hello there, Monty. Jared Ward. What's up, Jared? It's been a while. Whoa. Roxy had her wins, but then the next episode screwed up. Again, the one thing I loved about the Fury Cell episode where Devin was getting corrupted by it was the fact that Evox told Roxy, hey, I want you to give it to the Red Ranger on purpose. In hindsight, hey, look, I want you to purposely screw up. You're a screw up, but I need you to purposely screw up really bad. I need you to screw up purposefully so that way we can get the Red Ranger on our side. She did and still failed to do that. So there you have it.
He also got that device earlier this season that also helped.
Oh yeah, and she was able to fake out Robbie being like, I'm still Roxy, the one you love, even though I'm wearing black and I'm working for the bad guy. No, I'm not a Power Ranger, but I'm wearing black and I talk evil, so you know I'm the bad guy. Again, Ryan can never argue me that because it's true. She talks evil and is wearing black. That's a bad combination. Jared Ward again, preach Leo. I've said the same thing. Thank you. I don't know what I said. I don't remember what I said. I'll probably rewatch this video as I edit it, but still, and there you go. Bobby Shadow, never mention Megaforce again.
I will mention Megaforce as much as I want.
Bobby really hates Megaforce. He expressed that during Ninja Steel. The show, that is, not the actors. The actors, he loves the actors, but still. Bobby again, Beast Morphers is definitely great. A profound improvement over the 8 years of the Neo Saban era. Yeah, and Bobby, you're right, man. Like, again, look, I think the only show, Nickelodeon Power Rangers show I can actually give some lean back to, if I can just lean back off of them, is kind of Samurai, because Samurai was the first season of Power Rangers in God knows how long. But the issue with Samurai is that the formula Samurai had, Megaforce, Super Megaforce, Dino Charge, and Ninja Steel will repeat that exact same formula. Beast Morphers breaks the formula of teenagers in high school being Power Rangers, because it's not like we haven't seen teenagers be Power Rangers before, but we had to keep seeing it over and over and over and over again.
Right.
I at least with Samurai, I would have thought Samurai, because I had watched Shikinger before Power Rangers Samurai. I would have thought these were still teenagers. They would be in school a couple of times, but they mostly be learning the art of Bushido, reading like the art of war and stuff like that. But again, because Legend of Korra was big around that time and dealt with adult themes. But I can excuse Samurai because Samurai was the first step back for Power Rangers being the mainstream limelight. But then after that, it's no excuse. Like, y'all should have just changed it up. And one more time, Bobby says Beast Morphers may not be perfect. There are some things I'm not crazy about, but they are minor issues mostly. Like, yeah, and we've already dealt with it. I'm not saying street names. Betty and Ben, there are episodes where they get annoying, but there are what I do like about the side characters, like the goofball characters in this season of Power Rangers, is that they're still competent. And there are plenty of episodes. Where Ben and Betty do more positive than they do negative. Like last week's episode, Smash was not acting like himself. They're like, okay, we should probably call Grid Battle Force and get them down here before he makes a scene.
Yeah, that's.
And while they're go ahead.
That's what. Well, he kind of already was making a scene, but I'm sorry, but yeah, Ben and Betty, I do like that they've. I do like some of their antics, but other times it feels more like their shtick is just thrown in there just to pad out the episode. Like sometimes I like moments like when like Roxy was around that secret bay and they're like, Commander, Roxy's been spotted, or in last week's episode. But other times some of their antics just kind of feel like, oh, here we need to do our silly bit for a moment.
That's pretty much it. That's our comments. Greatly appreciate it, guys. And yeah, that's a new episode of Ranger Podcast Live. Is next week's episode a season finale?
No, not next week.
Oh, thank God, because I was really scared. Like, this is the season finale. I'm really scared now. But no. So overall, though, I enjoyed this episode, and hopefully you guys did too. So thank you guys very much. Ken, do you have any closing discussions before we plug our social medias? Go ahead. Closing remarks.
Let me think. Which noise do you prefer? Or
there you go. And my closing comment is, once again, we're bringing prestige back to Power Rangers. My name is Jim Cornette. You can find me on the Corny Drive-Thru on YouTube, and you can find my boy Brian Last on the Arcadian Vanguard podcast, where all wrestling-related things can be shown. There you go. And once again, Vince Russo, you suck. There you go. Thanks, Jim. And my closing comment is, hopefully everyone had a great day. And wherever you are, good night, good evening, whatever. Hopefully you're having a great day overall. And next week's episode, if things are about to get real, it's finna get real, and I can't wait for that. So until then, Kent, where can they find you?
Find me here on Morphin Network, as well as my regular Instagram and my regular Facebook page. And where can we find you, Psycho?
You can find me on. You can find me somewhere kick flipping around Venice, California. I'm joking, I can't skate. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at @the_Reckless_Fox. You can also find me on my YouTube page, Reckless_Fox. And you can find all my latest game content on twitch.tv/Reckless_Fox. Just finished beating Metal Gear Solid 2. So now we're almost toward the long hold, and I will be starting my Let's Play of Metal Gear Solid 4 this coming Thursday. Also, if you want a little more content, myself and Jen, we do a weekly podcast called the Scroll Club Gaming Podcast. So be sure to follow us on SoundCloud.com/Scroll Club Gaming. That's SoundCloud.com/Scroll Club Gaming. Until then, guys, that's it. This is Ranger Podcast Live signing out, and we'll see y'all later. Till then, peace.
Yeah.
Yeah. Travel down the road back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. Do. And if you threw a party, invited everyone you knew, you would see the biggest gift would be from me, and a card attached would say, "Thank you for being a friend." Do.